All right, episode 4, Death on Denial, which of course is a play on Death on the Nile, because this is a murder mystery
Yes, it
episode.
is.
Now, this episode starts very differently,
It was so different. It
very
was
meta.
great.
Chucky is fully aware that he's
Yes.
in a television series here, like She-Hulk or something, or
Yes.
Deadpool. And he's talking right to us. He's introducing the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a solely Tiffany or Jennifer Tiffy
Jennifer Tiffy, yes.
and Glenn and Glenda
Glenn and Glenda.
episode, which was interesting. But
Yes.
they did remedy that in the end for those who were going to complain to a degree. But obviously, spoilers for the episode. That's what we're here to talk about. So,
That's
how
right.
did you like this different spin on Chucky tonight?
I liked it. I think it was really fun. I thought it was a really, really fun episode, and I like this kind of murder she wrote, murder mystery, like weird old Hollywood TV style.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cute, and it kind of fits with Tiffany, because she's taken over Jennifer Tilly's life and everything about her is really fake and she's pretending to be an actress and all this stuff. And I felt like the episode, it was very superficial feeling and very stage play-y as well, which I really liked. And I'm very happy that we got a whole episode with Glenn and Glenda because, from the beginning of this season, I was really excited to see them. And I wasn't disappointed. I really liked their portrayal of each child, of each split version. So I thought that was really cool. And yeah, I don't know. I just had a really good time. I liked it.
Yeah.
What
I mean,
about you?
it's always risky to do something like this, right? Like change it up and change the formula and whatever. But that's what's been keeping Chucky alive.
Totally.
For 30 plus years now. I mean, it's been going for 34 years, I want to say. The first one was 86 or 88. I think it's 88. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. But it's been going on for a very, very long time. And it's able to, reinvent itself to a degree while kind of sticking to its roots. But there are always going to be the detractors. There's going to be the Bride of Chucky haters, the Seed of Chucky haters, which are a ton. And there's a risk just even bringing back Glenn and Glenda now. Like some shows or some franchises veer away from the stuff that people don't like. Right? So, when Jar Jar Binks was just shunned, he kind of got wrote mostly out of the sequels, right? To where he's just like a real bit part. Like in Stranger Things, when 11 goes off and meets 8, and that got like so much hate, even though I think that episode's great. Whatever. She's just gone. Like, ever since that episode, it was one of the last episodes of that season. It was the second to last episode of that season. And nothing. We've not heard of her again, right? And they just decided, now, could she come back in the 5th season of Stranger Things? Maybe. I doubt it. But I'd like to see her, but I don't know. We'll see. But most shows, they know their audience and they know what pisses them off, right? It would be like Halloween bringing Busta Rhymes back, Freddy.
Oh my
that
God.
would,
Yeah.
if all of a sudden you're watching a Halloween movie and then it's like live from Dangertainment.
Oh my God.
He would be like, bro, and that's kind of the risk that he's running by bringing back Glenn and Glenda, because they are that hated of a character in this franchise. They are the Jar Jar Binks. They are the, Dangertainment Freddy from Halloween Resurrection. They are that character
For a lot of people.
that people hate so vehemently. And it's like...
so crazy.
I mean, it is what it is.
I get it. Like, it's just weird to be on the side where, like, I couldn't see them that way. Like, I think I love Bride and Seed of Chucky. I think they're really just so cool and fun. And I don't hate them at all, and I especially didn't hate, like, Glenn and Glenda. So to think of people, like, comparing them to, like, Jar Jar Binks, or, you know, oh my god, it's just, it's weird.
Sure.
To be on this side.
So, you know, it is a risk, a lot of risks being taken here, and I'm all for it. Like, I'm the guy who's like, let's go for it. Let's have some fun. Let's change it up. I don't want to just see Chucky killing people endlessly. No. Right? That's why I like Halloween Ends. Yep. That's why I like, you know, Halloween 3. That's why I like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. That's why I like the ones in the franchise that go, or Friday the 13th Part 5, or Nightmare on Elm Street 2, or whatever. Now, but there is that other flip side where it's Jason Goes to Hell, right? Or Freddy's Dead. Are those movies where I'm like,
but there's people that are probably really into it.
Sure, and that's fine. But it's just, they lost the core. And I just don't ever feel like that happens with this show. No. And this feels very Chucky. Like, you know, even though it is meta, fourth wall breaking, and he's talking to the audience, and he's bringing out a WWE chick and, like, you know, killing her and all this stuff. Now, what that's supposed to be, I don't even know. Because, so, this is the show that they're showing in the Chucky-verse, right, is... The Chucky that we're seeing on screen is supposed to be in our world. Right. Who's real. Right.
Like the actor Chucky.
And that actor Chucky or whatever is killing the real WWE chick. Now, I haven't followed the WWE since it was the WWF back in the freaking Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know, days. I don't know anything. When I was 15 years old, I was very into the WWF. And I lost sight of it probably 99, 98. So I haven't followed it in a long time.
I don't think.
It's soap opera for men.
Yeah.
Or boys. Boys and men. Boys to men. But yeah, just, you know, with this episode, so you got he's not only killing someone in real life in our world, but then in the, like, fictional version of the world that he's presenting to us through his fourth wall breaking, they're killing people from our world. Right? But, like, a fictionalized real version of them. Very meta. Very so it's like meta. It's compounded meta. And so you got, you know, the cast of Bound, Gina Gershon and Joe Pantaleone. I think that's how you say his name. Then you got this Real Housewives chick, which... I don't know shit about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The only thing I know about that show is that Kyle Richards is on it. You know, Lindsay Wallace from Halloween.
Oh, yeah, I did know that too. But
that's the only connection I have to horror. So if someone knows why she's part of this...
Is she friends with, like, Jennifer Tilly?
I looked it up before to see if, like, Jennifer Tilly ever appeared in an episode... Or if she produced the show, or had I couldn't find anything, but it was a serious 1 minute look. Yeah. But we should talk about the episode. Okay, we're getting way too off of topic here. Glenn and Glenda are dating the same person, Paul. I don't think Paul's supposed to be anybody. When I heard the name, I was like, Paul, And I was trying to make any kind of connections of, like, a reveal later, like Paul was gonna be somebody. But I don't think so. Yeah. Annie's boyfriend. No, I don't think it's Annie's boyfriend. But if one of them starts singing that would be wonderful.
That would be amazing.
There is a big missed opportunity here. We do get a confirmation that the Chucky movie that Jennifer Tilly made in Seed of Chucky actually did release and was a smash hit according to her. Jennifer Tiffy. Whatever that means to her, I don't know. It could have made like $1 million on a $20 million budget, and she would have been like, it's a hit, because she's in La La Land.
Yeah, I can't tell, like... Okay, I don't know Jennifer Tilly's acting career enough, so I don't know, like, what she was in, like, after the Chucky movies. Like, I don't know how frequently she gets acting jobs, so I feel bad, but, like, I feel like I should know that. But I can't tell if in the show... she's supposed to have been taking acting jobs in his whole... Like, it sounds like she hasn't been working, right? Like, that's the whole thing.
I don't think she's
like, this last
acted
year,
since Chucky.
So that's what I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
so in the show, she hasn't acted since Chucky. But also, this last year, she's been, like, a total recluse, obviously. So she hasn't been, like, the socialite version of herself. But I can't tell, like, if she... Like, I guess it's just psychosis, right? Like, she thinks that she's... Like, she has taken on those memories of Jennifer Tilly and has, like... ascribe them to herself, like Tiffany is the actress.
Yeah.
And it's so, I don't know, I think part of the meta with that gets a little confusing for me because I'm like, wait a minute, is Jennifer Tilly, like, does she still act or does she not still act?
From what I can tell, she does not act anymore since Tiffany took her body. I think it might even outright be said that she just does not do anything anymore. But I could be wrong on that, so definitely correct me if I am. As far as the missed opportunity goes, I really wish during their party they would have had Chucky on the television. I wish we could see that, very like screenplay stab or stab 15, whatever the hell, once it gets into like Scream 4. I think they have like all the way up till stab 7 at that point. Right?
I think so.
Which is like the beginning is like a fake out, which is like this stab 6 is actually stab 7 or whatever the hell. Like the meta, which is what they're doing in this.
Yeah.
But I really just would have loved to have seen that, right? Having Chucky kind of like introduce the show, I was very like taken aback. It was very jarring at at first. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, because like, how do you feel about the meta stuff? Because you're not a fan of Scream, primarily because it's like really meta and cheesy, 90s kind of slasher. But what do you think about it when Chucky does the meta stuff?
I mean, Chucky's been doing meta stuff since Bride of Chucky. I mean, he's talks to the camera. Seed of Chucky's super meta. Obviously, with Jennifer Tilly playing Tiffany, which Tiffany was played by Jennifer Tilly, and all that stuff, and him killing Britney Spears and all that stuff. Like, I don't know. As far as Scream goes, they don't have the ace in the hole, so to speak, with a Chucky, right? Like, I'm not attached to anybody when the film starts. Chucky's always kind of been slightly self-aware, just because of how ridiculous the premise is of a voodoo killer doll. But Chucky just delivers the lines and that well for me. Yeah. So it never distracts from it. It's not the hip kid who's winking at the screen every 5 seconds like, hey, this screenwriter has seen a lot of movies.
Because he's still like Chucky, ultimately. Sure. Like, he's,
So, I mean, as far as all that goes, I'm totally fine with it. I think it fits. At this point, the show and the franchise is so aware of how ridiculous it's gotten. Yeah. That it's just having fun. I mean, that's what this franchise is now. There's nothing scary about Chucky anymore, right? Like, they've kind of lost that edge. They tried to bring it back with Curse of Chucky, and it was working, but then they kind of resorted back to more of the humorous ridiculousness in Cult of Chucky, and then went full all in, almost Bride and Seed of Chucky by the time we've gotten to season 1, and of course season 2 has even gotten more in line with that, which is kind of funny because that's the progression of the original franchise up until Seed, and then it kind of like tried to revamp itself, and now it's kind of slowly gotten its way back to Seed. It's like, Don Mancini really wants to just get back to where he was heading, and he had to like kind of reboot the franchise with Curse. And then he's been slowly gaining his fans back to bring them back to a place they didn't like, right? And he's trying to win them over with it again. Like, I know you didn't like it the first time, and I know, I took you here. It took a little while, but I'm getting you here again.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that, there's definitely some scary parts in, Child Play, like 1 and 2, of course. I think Child Play 2 is really scary, but I think that Chucky really excels in the horror comedy arena. I think that he is just it's super suited for that type of, that subgenre. So I'm there for it.
It can only be scary for so long.
Yeah, exactly.
You kind of have to at some point, because Chucky can only like lurk in the shadows and be the doll that comes to life in the mom's arm. Yep, stupid bitch.
Yeah.
All that stuff. That's only going to work for so long, right? And Chucky, he is voiced expertly by Brad Dourif, and Brad Dourif is just, funny in a really dark way. He's always been able to pull that off. I've always found Chucky funny. Yeah. Since day one. I've always found the Chucky character and the shit he says, the way he delivers his lines, when he goes off on Mrs. Barkley in the house, when she's going to throw him in the fire. All that is hilarious. When the chick tells him he's ugly on the elevator and his response, all that stuff is so funny to me. So Chucky's always been funny. That's never not been a thing. It's just, the situations around Chucky have gotten more and more levity to them as well, right? Yeah. Anyway, so now we get a birthday party, it's a birthday party, right?
Birthday, their 18th birthday.
Right. So we get a birthday party for Glenn and Glenda, and the cast of Bound shows up, as I had said. We've got this reality star chick, and then we've got Jeeves, who's there to protect Nika. And unfortunately, he's just not very good at his job. He just likes to come out and, ruffle feathers to the point where he gets himself killed. Yep. And Jennifer Tiffany, she makes it into a murder mystery, which she's just, she's good on the fly.
Yeah, we also have Jennifer Tilly's sister.
Seeing Meg Tilly was wild.
Which was really cool. And, in the show, she's like, you haven't spoken to me in 24 years.
Is that how long it's been?
Which, I guess since Seed. So, I liked that inclusion because, the fact that she's just totally ghosted her sister. And, I follow Jennifer Tilly on Instagram, and she posts pictures with her sister pretty frequently.
Sure.
They totally are obviously not estranged because Jennifer Tilly isn't, in fact, Tiffany. But it's just, no. But I liked that, that added detail in there. I thought that was really cool. And,
seeing Meg Tilly is awesome.
Yeah.
I've loved her all the way back since Psycho 2. I think she's wonderful in that. I think she's so beautiful. Now, Jennifer Tilly has definitely aged better than Meg. Meg's just kind of embraced her age.
Yeah, I like both, though. That's what's...
Jennifer has just kind of tried to remain younger looking and more sensual and sexual.
Yes,
and,
she's definitely much more sexualized.
Yeah.
But I like both. I find them both to be really beautiful women. And like we were talking about in the last episode, the last video, Jennifer Tilly is very bimbo, evil bimbo in this, and I'm really there for it. But yeah, Meg, I don't know, I love when women let their hair go gray and are just comfortable with their age. So it was really cool to see her.
Yeah. Now, as far as okay, I do want to say again, I've said this many times, I'm going to say it again because it's just always wonderful. Fiona Dourif's imitation of her father is always wonderful to watch.
It's so good.
It's a total treat, and I love it every time she does it.
Yes.
I think she imitates her father so well. She grew up around him, so I'm sure if anybody has a character study, an actor study enough, she doesn't have to watch videos, she doesn't have to do anything. She's like, oh, Dad? I can do Dad.
It's so cool, too, because she's, obviously is his daughter. And I feel like you could, really easily... their resemblance, though, especially when she's imitating him, is, pretty uncanny. You can really see her father in her. And it's just cool to see that, done with a daughter instead of, the typical, son-father thing or daughter-mother. So, I like that.
Yeah. All right. So, now... Glenn and Glenda. This is interesting. So, putting aside the whole Gina Gershon is having sex with Jennifer Tilly, and that Joe Pantaleone is also having sex with her. I guess Tiffany's like slutting it up on the side with her old co-stars.
I guess.
Although
not for the last year.
This, of course, is very meta because of the very infamous scene of Gina Gershon and Jennifer Tilly in Bound. Their sex scene is kind of one of the big things that like made that movie so popular. It's a good movie, the Wachowski brothers. Well, now the Wachowskis. It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but that's like one of those things that people remember. Mm-hmm. It's Wild Things. It's whatever. It's that big moment, and they kind of recreate a scene from it. So that was kind of funny. So there's all that stuff going on, and Gina Gershon kills Joe and hides by because they're fighting over Joe. It's so ridiculous, but it's so cool that those actors were actually willing to come in and have fun.
Yeah.
Be very they were willing to take that risk.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And
they're
make
playing
fun
themselves.
Of themselves.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I mean, Joe plays this kind of skeezy dude who's like telling Jennifer Tilly, like, I'll give you the information if you blow me. And he's like coming into the rooms with his pants down.
Oh my God.
And he's supposed to be playing himself, right? Yeah. So it is a risky thing to do. Like, this is supposed to be me. And it's like, oh, you a creep in real life. And I hope people understand that they're even though they're playing themselves, they're playing a role.
They're playing a fictional.
There's always that risk.
Yes.
Right? When you do play yourself, that people are going to perceive you in a different way now.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, Glenn and Glenda, it's so hard to say that. They are helping Nika, unbeknownst to each other, which they seem to be like of this. They have like a hive mind.
Yeah, they're also kind of still working together in some ways. It's really weird, but yeah, they have like a shared consciousness. It feels like at times. So
Glenda was trying to help. Then Glenn was actually committed to killing her, to their mother. Right?
No.
They gave Chucky the gun and the arms and the bullets and the bullet. The reason, Glenn was. I thought, okay. Glenn's the one that's helping and takes her out to the van with Kyle in the end. Glenda.
No, that's Glenda.
No, Glenda. Yeah, Glenda. Oh shit, Glenda's the one with the short hair. Glenda's
sorry.
Okay. I said it backwards.
Yes, you did. So Glenda,
I'm confusing you, and I'm the idiot.
I was like, no. Glenda is the one that's helping Chucky in Nika and wants to kill Tiffany.
Yes.
And Glenn is helping Nika and does not want to kill their mother. And
I was so sure I was saying that right.
I know,
and
like,
wait
I was
a minute.
like, is he having an aneurysm?
Yeah, totally.
It's fine.
Stupid.
I get it though. No, I totally get it, but
and I have identical twins, so I have no
excuse. You're right. Never mind. I don't get it. But I thought it was cool, right? Because Glenda is, the person that is more murderous and homicidal, even though I guess they both kind of are. But like Glenda's the one that's more like her father or like their father, and Glenn obviously is not. So it was cool that they team up with the opposites.
Sure, but they also are not working together and they're not like letting one another know what's going on because Glenn decides to not come with because they think that the other one is going to kill Nika when they go to chase her down, right? And so but now of course all this episode is ludicrous, and the fact that like all of what happens is just so convenient and ludicrous. Yeah. It really is. Like, Nika just so happens to have her arms on and was Chucky, but now isn't Chucky and is heading towards the doors and the doors are closing. And she just gets through them as Kyle pulls up in a van with handicap access ramp that's already lowered down right to where she's coming through. And
so funny. She goes in there so fast.
Fake arms don't work like that. No. They don't. And even if they did, Nika has not had any time with them to like learn how to use them. So all that shit is absolutely absurd. And then Glenda chasing her down. Yes. And then them getting in the car, and her, or they working them.
Glenda?
I said that wrong?
Yeah.
They. I said it right. Are working with Nika.
Yes.
And
but
Kyle.
They weren't.
I got so hung up on that pronoun there, my brain completely shut down.
But they weren't working with Nika and Kyle. Like, that's what I was confused about, because I was like, like, Glenn and Glenda have that little fight where Glenn's like, I'm not leaving Mom. And then Glenda runs after Nika, and I thought that they were running after Nika to stop her.
See, the confusion of the pronoun thing is that when we are talking about two people, we do use the pronoun they, right? And then when you're talking about Glenn or Glenda separately, you have to also say they, which is super confusing because it's very difficult to say they as one person and then they as two people, and to try to differentiate between the two. Because when I say they are helping Kyle, you're like, oh wait, for a second you're like, oh, so both of them? And it's like, no, just they,
just Glenda.
And that's like, oh,
but that's why,
right? You gotta just say their
names.
name.
Yeah, is like,
it's that I'm up the 90s, and so I'm not caught up by any means.
Oh,
so
no, you do.
I try.
You're caught up. You do fine. But I was mostly just confused about what happened with Glenda at the end, because, like I said, I thought that they were chasing down Nika to stop Nika. But then they get into the van and they're like, Glenn isn't coming. So I was like, wait a minute, what? So I sort of feel like Glenda is playing them, right? Like she, like I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely possible, but we get the confirmation that Kyle lives. And she did not die in the house bomb, which, and, spoilers, little Andy isn't dead either. Come on. If you don't see him die, they're not dead. But regardless, I don't know. I don't know if Glenda is a plant sent by Chucky, because they were working with Chucky in that moment to kill her mom. And the only reason that Jennifer Tiffy is not dead is because Gina Gershon used the bullets on Joe.
Yep.
So the plan definitely was to kill him, but then Nika takes over and runs, but that's also supposed to be part of the plan. So so they were like, allotting for Chucky to be a thing, and then Nika to take over and take off before Jennifer Tilly could close the doors. Like, it's, as I said, you can't overthink it. It's absurd. It is what it is.
But fun.
But
still fun.
Absolutely.
I had a good time watching it.
But now Glenn is back at the house with Mom. Yeah. Right? And what do they got to do? Right? Because they were helping Nika. Yep. And now Glenda is helping Nika as well. Or
are they? Are they actually helping Chucky? I don't know. I'm excited for more, always. I'm, starting to get nervous about the season ending. I, don't want it to end. I want more content. I want to see everybody in this episode mix with the rest of the crew, and I just want to, I just want more.
The only thing I'm nervous about is the good guy Chucky doll dying.
I know. I'm so glad that didn't happen this episode, though, because we were worried about it. It could still happen, which will be awful. Yeah. And it'll be a huge tragedy.
But we get him for another week in our hearts.
In our hearts, he's still alive.
He's still alive, yeah.
Buffy has not killed him yet. I've been looking at like gifs of that, and it's just so funny. Every time I look at the muscular Chucky, I'm like, what is this?
It's so stupid.
It's so ridiculous.
I want to see so many different versions of Chucky.
Me too. I'm just like, oh god, yeah. Like, there was a silhouette in this episode of Nika being, like, wheeled out, but it was still... I thought it was going to be a tall Chucky. Ridiculous. And I was like, it would be ridiculous, but that would be wonderful.
I'm assuming this is real, that Chucky, and I don't know if it's Chucky himself or the entire show. Per episode, they're only allowed to say the F word 10 times.
Yeah.
And so Chucky then takes advantage of that in the end and says it a few times while murdering that chick, and then tries to like blurt out as many as he can before they cut him off.
So good.
Which I'm assuming they cut him off at 10.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Did anyone else say the F word during this episode?
I would assume remember.
Someone did.
I would too.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't remember at all.
So does Chucky get 10 or does the
show
get 10 per episode?
I don't know.
And why? How stupid. What an arbitrary number.
10.
Just 10.
No more.
No less. You have to
say 10. It's like it was so funny. So funny.
So well, we'll get to the next episode next week after our wedding, which is on Monday.
So soon.
So congrats to us.
Yeah, congrats to us.
Kaylee's got something to open up really quick that we bought at Walmart today.
This.
So it is by NECA.
Yep.
And we're gonna open them up real quick. So Chucky Collectibles, 17 plus. So could be dirty needles in here. Here's one for you. They have Halloween 2.
Yep.
As well. And they also have
Universal
Monsters. They had Gremlins.
I think they had like a
Spider-Man something. All right. Mine is a little small Chucky head.
Oh!
Are we going to assemble a Chucky here?
Lanyard.
Oh, a lanyard. Now this was $10. $9.96. So I got a Chucky head.
Oh, this is so cute.
Which I think actually might be a interchangeable head from the NECA figure.
Oh.
So I'd have to line it up with the NECA figure. So there we go. There's that. Little blind bag opening. Wow, oh my god, if we had a kids channel, we'd have 1 million subscribers by the end of this.
That's so cool.
So this is the lanyard. Okay, you got one.
Alright, I got another one.
And we got one. And we got a Chucky bracelet. Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play on a little bracelet.
Oh, I love it. Oh my god.
This will fit you, not me. I could put this around my, maybe. But,
no, it still wouldn't fit. Too big, babe.
This is too big.
I got shoelaces.
Oh, Chucky's shoelaces.
Good guys, shoelaces.
Right out of Chucky's shoes. I mean, this doll should be wearing those that is super cool.
That's super cool.
That honestly right there, I could easily see someone spending $10 on.
Totally.
Easily, wow. I could see those selling at a store for $10.
I gotta get like some shoes.
So man, I mean, really cool. Here. This is super cool, and we still have 5 to go. So, yeah. Hi, I'm Chucky. Want to play?
Ha ha. Cool. Ha. That was a very good Chucky laugh. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. Now I wish we would have gotten the Halloween one.
You just can't keep a good guy down. All right.
Ooh, I got the
first, a Chucky keychain.
Oh, perfect for this.
Oh.
This is a magnet. I think this is a magnet or an eraser.
Looks like an eraser.
Oh, it's an eraser.
It's a Chucky eraser. Yeah. And
wow.
There you go. I put my keys on that.
There you go.
Little eraser for all my mistakes in life.
Odd number.
Yeah.
There's one
left. You can open up the last one, babe.
We'll do it together.
Do it together.
Oh, I got the pins.
I got a magnet. I think this is actually a magnet.
This is a good guy's pin.
It's a pin?
Yep.
Dude, I'm telling you, 100%. These are like $7.
Yes.
At like Hot Topic or wherever the hell. So this is a magnet, I think.
Is it?
I think this is a magnet.
Put it upside down?
I don't know if I have any metal. I don't know.
We'll put it on the fridge. I think it's a magnet.
It's a magnet. I'm pretty
totally
damn
is.
sure. Yeah, Chucky. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Light. Okay, and the last one. I mean, easily worth $10.
Yeah.
Easily worth $10.
I'm so glad because the last blind bag thing we got, we did not like.
Yeah, I mean it's a Chucky patch.
Chucky patch. This is so fun because we've been talking about
These
making.
are real. I mean, this is an
Saddle
insanely good pack.
Yes.
Like from everything you get, I could see this selling for $10. I could see this selling for $5.
Yeah.
I could see that bracelet selling for a couple bucks. This little keychain I could see selling for like $4 or $5. Those shoelaces I could see 10.
Yeah.
I could see this little Good Guys pin for like 7, 8. This little
really
Chucky
cool.
eraser maybe $1, and then the little head a few bucks.
Yeah.
There's probably $30 worth of stuff in here.
I know what that is.
It's a NECA head.
Pencil topper.
Oh, is it?
It's got to be a pencil topper.
You think
That's
so?
what that is. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe.
Pencil. Yeah.
I thought it was a NECA doll.
I think it's for.
Maybe.
Pencil.
I'll have to check it out, but it is made by NECA. So, anyways, really cool stuff, guys. Yeah, Walmart, $9.96, worth it 100%. Now, I kind of wish we got the Halloween 2 one.
I do too.
Maybe we'll have to get it.
Yeah.
So, all right, what do you guys think of the episode? What do you think is going to happen next week? Is good guy Chucky going to make it through the season or even the episode? I hope he's a on a reoccurring character. He becomes part of the crew. Very dead set on this. And yeah, that's that. Yep. Until next week. Bye.